Welcome to another week of the RFHL podcast, the final podcast of the regular season of the RFHL. And I've got three stellar guests with me. It's a trifecta, the foes trifecta. Be sure to stick around to watch this whole podcast. Really cool announcement coming at the end of this podcast. But let's just slide in, introduce who we got. We've got the number one OG, Dave Foes. How are we doing, Dave?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, glad to have you. I'm glad this worked. There was a lot of rumored doubts that I might be able to get the whole trifecta, and especially you. So I'm really glad that I made this happen.
For reminding me, I would have forgot. So yeah, he hit me up this afternoon. And was like, "Don't forget," and I was like,
"Oh, that's exactly what I did. I was on top of it. And I made sure that happened." And speaking of which, helping me put it all together, John, welcome to the pod.
Well, thanks for having me. Love to be here.
Had some technical difficulties, but we finally got everything to work out for you here. You're looking great in your Bills attire. You came from the Bills game, you said?
No, I just watched it, but I felt like I was there because it was so intense.
Good. And then to close it off, we've got brother foes, which I've been commonly hearing. Steve, how you doing?
Good, doing great. Thanks for having me.
So who's the younger one?
He is. I need one.
Steve's the baby brother. All right, sounds good. Yeah. Steve, how you liking the RFHL so far?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I subbed. I don't know how long ago it was, John. Maybe 3 or.
Well, you didn't sub. He played the Winter Classic.
Okay. So yeah, so I got some exposure through it, whether for the Classic, and I loved it. I just having the family and the girls at home, it was hard to kind of commit, but I've realized you just do it. So it's great.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I'm glad you're here. And I mean, obviously you're on a stellar team to start off your first official RFHL season. So how you liking working underneath 2.0 and the other rookies?
It's fun. Yeah, we got a good group of guys, and 2.0 seems to have all the coaching statistics, what we need to do, and has a good mindset to be our captain. So yeah, it's perfect. It's great.
Has he pulled out the whiteboard for you yet?
No. Okay. Does he have a whiteboard?
I had a season him and I ran together where we won the championship. He definitely was it was my first time being a captain. And
he's got one.
He was pivotal to like helping us like come up with different strategies. And yeah, he had the whiteboard. He was ready to help come up with who goes where, doing everything, coming up with every pregame.
Our private Discord chat is alive and very active. So I think he's moved his technology game up.
Hell yeah. I love to hear it. Now I'm curious because I found out that John and Leduc have played together before. Did you ever play with Leduc prior to this, or is this a new chemistry thing for you guys?
No. I don't know if I played against him in high school. Maybe a game or two, but he's John's age, so I've known him through travel hockey and stuff. But no, I've never played with him. So
gotcha.
Yeah,
just seemed like a natural chemistry. You, Leduc, and Galante, just like every time you guys are out there, it's pretty frustrating, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to say that you guys aren't great out there, but it's just frustrating to watch and play against.
Yeah, we seem to click. We also have the defensemen that stay at home and are good and let us be able to do, the work on the front. So our defense is great too. It's just the whole team seems perfectly built.
Awesome. Cool. Well, again, thank you guys for all being here. Let's have a good time and enjoy this pod while we dive into last week's games. Not to keep you on the spotlight here, Steve, but you guys had a dominant 6:30 game last week. Yeah. 15-4 against the Phoenix Coyotes. Can you kind of walk us through that game? Anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think we tend to get some goals in the beginning, and once we get rolling, we kind of am able to we're able to put a bunch in, and then it feels like we can kind of, it just is too much at that point. So we just hang in there, we fight, and eventually, we'll get 3 or 4 or at least 2 in a row, and it just seems too difficult because we stay fast. We try to keep the pressure on. So yeah, I think it's just fighting until we get some breakthroughs and a couple shots go in, and then it's just like game on.
Makes sense. I think that's been your winning formula. You guys are just kind of, you've done that where it seems like some things are neck and neck for the whole game or parts of the game, and then you guys get a break and take over, and it just launches off from there.
Yeah, it seems to be spurts where we can get 2, 3, 4 in a row, and again, then it just becomes difficult. It's hard, small space, lots of bodies, and if you stay on people, it's hard to get shots off. So.
Hell yeah. Well, it looks like we got a special guest. John, you have a special guest speaker joining you here?
My dog, Ben.
Hey, Ben, welcome to the Podge. Nice to have you.
Yeah, he's glad to be here. I knew he would make an appearance, so.
Love the sweater.
Yeah.
Staying nice and cozy. Is it cold in the house?
No, it's not, but it is what it is.
Awesome.
My girlfriend hooked him up with that, so.
Well, rolling into the 7:30 game here, we had Good Morning Vietnam having a really close battle with Sarnia Sting, coming out 12-10 on that one. I definitely caught the second half of that game, and that was just Good Morning Vietnam just kind of keeping momentum going from last week, and their speed is definitely clicking. Unfortunately, I don't know if Lasagna is going to be back next week. The dude was wearing a helmet for about 75% of the game. Took the helmet off, came back out on the floor, and probably about 10 seconds after taking the helmet off, took a puck like right near the temple. So, best of luck, Lasagna. Hopefully you're back next week. And
I've taken one of those. They're not a good time.
No,
I've taken one off the temple, and I was hurting for a couple weeks. So,
yeah, he put some ice on it, and I didn't think he'd be out for the game, but he came off for the rest of the game. They ended up having D'Angelo sub for the third period, and then he went to urgent care after that. So again, hopefully he feels better, and would love to play against him next week. Get a little bit of competition. So hopefully you're feeling better, Lasagna.
I feel like if you're in the league long enough, eventually you're going to take a puck to the face.
Oh,
Everybody
God, yeah. That's why I think you've seen an increase in helmets for sure.
Yeah. I took a puck to the face from oh man, God, I forget.
I mean, if you take a puck to the face, the head, the
it was
temple,
no,
it
was Mike Bryant, and I was actually reffing, and I had my whistle. It just the whistle in my mouth, and I was just like watching, and all of a sudden, from the opposite side of the court, the puck hits me right in the mouth. The whistle goes flying. Everything stops. I was like, "What?" It wasn't even towards the net. I don't know if it was deflected or not, but it looked like he shot it right at my face, and it was not at all near the net. But
yeah, your light flashes before your eyes.
Yeah. You see a glimmer of orange, and then things happen. So yeah, it was okay though. We were all good.
Being a season one, Dave, you've seen a lot of changes over the season. I don't want to go too off topic from where we're at right now, but we're talking about the pucks to the face. Do you think it makes sense seeing this like increase of helmets in the league lately? Because when I first joined, there was 0 helmets, and I joined about 8 seasons ago. I mean, you had eye guards and stuff, but now like it seems like at least every team has 1 or 2 people wearing a helmet.
Yeah, it's weird. There's been some seasons, like I think my first 4 season, I was like, I put all the gear on. Like I had half my ice hockey stuff. Because I was sliding on the floor and I was getting hit. I'm diving in front of pucks and stuff. And so there's been seasons where I completely gear up, and I never did a helmet, but then there's this season I don't have any gear anymore. It all got wrecked, so I don't even wear gloves. I don't wear shins. It's obviously.
Well, I have your gloves, but
also equally as bad because now we're getting it. It's kind of funny. To answer your question. Now, I think it makes more sense for people to wear more protective gear. You've got the talent level is sort of getting a little bit better. The shots are getting harder. You're getting hit with the puck now it hurts a lot more than it did getting hit with the puck 15 years ago. So I honestly, I think anybody who wants to wear the gear should wear the gear. I support it. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I would wear more gear. I just don't have any. But it also kind of segues into the mentality. I know that like lacrosse players, I actually was talking to Conco about this, about lacrosse goalies. Like how do you have these guys not wearing, like how does an outdoor lacrosse goalie stand out there? It looks like he's wearing nothing. And they're just firing the ball. And he told me it's a machismo thing. It's like like nobody wants to be the first one to like put it on, so it's kind of like it's a tough guy thing maybe in a sense. So I think it really boils down to the individual. But I think the more you can protect yourself, the better. I mean, there's no harm in that.
Gotcha. So you're saying that as soon as somebody probably starts wearing the gear,
you'll see.
I mean, that's kind of how it went in the RFHL. Somebody started wearing, one person wore a helmet, and then next thing you know, all of a sudden you got 2 or 3 people, 4 or 5.
I remember. I think it was Austin Bull was the first guy. I think his name was Austin Bull. I can't even remember that. I remember that, but he was the first one I saw that wore a helmet, and I remember we were all like, "What's he wearing a helmet for? This guy's crazy." And now you got like. Yeah, you got like 7, 8, 9 people wearing helmets, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Nobody
I think
wants to take bucks to the face.
I think it's crazy to at least not wear like safety glasses or eyeglasses or mouth guard.
Sure.
I think that's crazy to not. It's just too fast. There's sticks and shots are hard.
Yeah, I usually do. I just don't have any. Next season, when I gear up again, I'll have gloves. I'll probably wear a mouth guard. I'll do those things. So, because it's not really worth it. But
great. Well, I'm going to keep you right there on the spot here, Dave. Talk about the 8:30 game with your third OT game of the season. Manitoba Moose came out on top this time in overtime with an 8-7 victory over the Iron Thrones. That game was tight. I was stat keeping that game, and you guys were Iron Thrones looked like they almost had a chokehold on you guys for a second. But that third period, you guys battled back. What are your sights on that game?
Yeah, honestly, I keep telling my guys, just like, we just got to press. If you like, we have the talent. We're kind of like balanced top to bottom. Kazmark is a monster in net. There's a lot of confidence back there. The one thing that I always just try to remind them is is press. Don't let the other team get any free shots. Like, you can't sit back. Press them, even if it's not necessarily a great play. Maybe you just don't want to let them sit there, because every time that we give them a second to get position, see the net, and fire a puck, it ends up burning us. So our thing is, when we are moving, not letting them take any free shots, we usually end up with a win. So, I mean, that's my advice every week. I just remind the guys, like, you got to press, just press. So, and also quick shifts, get out there, grind it, and then come off, take a break, get back out there. We've had a lot of our games, though. There's only been like 1 or 2 games where we've had like our full roster. So we got a short bench. So, quick shifts are always helpful and leads to the wins that we've had. So
it'll just be on par that you guys would be shorthanded again next week, right?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we will be. It'll be next week. It'll be interesting. We're waiting for the we're waiting for the availability. Will come out. Kaz will let us know tomorrow or Tuesday, and we'll see who's going to be and who isn't. But I think we're going to be down 2. So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll see how that shakes out.
Cool. Well, then moving on to the RFHL After Dark, we had a really kind of nail biter, but not really nail biter. The Tribe Called Quest took over Limp Bizkits with an 8-6 victory. John, I think we put our best effort into it, but I mean, they wanted it more, and Brett was playing lights out. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we put our best effort in. I thought we came out slow. Everyone on their team played hard, ran hard. They totally wanted to beat us. You could get that feeling early. Brett played amazing. I could tell Brett was dialed in. Dr. K, Furlano did what they do. And I got to give a shout out to Ellen. She picked my pocket more than once, and she was dialed in on D. Keller, everyone on that team, you could tell they really wanted to beat us. And, we made a comeback and we got better as the game went on, but I think our slow start kind of haunted us a little bit. We didn't play the defense we wanted to early, but when we started to, we kind of got back into it. But, Matt held us in the game, but we just, it is what it is. We couldn't get the job done, and they beat us, and they deserved it. So,
yeah, I mean, Tribe's definitely been really pushing the pace of their games lately, and obviously everyone knows you've got the intensity of Furlano and Dr. K, but I mean, everyone else on that team, again, like you said, Keller, Allen, anybody on the bottom half of that that draft pool for that roster has just really been pulling their weight and making things harder. I mean, Haruski's been Westgate Matt's been he had a hat trick 2 weeks ago, like. Everyone's pulling their weight and it's showing, and it's a good time for that end of season push for them.
For sure. Their whole roster came to play, and they all showed up, and we, like I said, we started a little bit slow and we let them dictate the play, and at the end of the day we lost by a couple and it cost us, and they deserved it, and we did what we could to come back, but we couldn't get it done. So it is what it is. We got to move on. So,
all right. Well, just like us, we're going to keep moving on with this pod here. We're going to reflect a little bit is kind of what I wanted to do tonight. We have 1 week left in the season. We're going into the final week, and a lot of things have happened, from interesting moves in the draft to teams not performing as we thought. From like the first podcast, we made predictions of who we thought were going to be our championship teams, to seeing where everyone's at right now. I'm going to start with you, Steve. Actually, yeah, I'm going to start with you, Steve. Is there anything that has jumped out to you from this season that might have been, like, especially being your first season, any big shocks or surprises that have happened this season?
I think it's just how quickly the games can turn. It's just no lead feels comfortable, and it just it's just fast. I think for the first few games, trying to understand the pace and where to go, I feel like I'm starting to maybe get the hang of it, but everything's just fast. You don't have any time to really do things. So, quick shots, the shots happen. And I think it's just the speed at which the games can change. The momentum swings, I think, are what I'm noticing the most.
I think you hit the nail on the head with no lead is safe. That's definitely the biggest thing. If you ever watch any broadcasts, and I'm sure Dave can attest to us from previous RFHL before they moved to this gym, it's always been like that. You watch NHL and the 2-goal lead is the comfort lead, right? Like, okay, we got 2 goals. The RFHL, you need like 5 or 6.
I was going to say it's not even 5, because our game against you guys last week, we were up quite a bit, and you guys made a third period run that I don't actually remember the score of the game, but I was worried. we were going to lose. I mean, you guys were drilling us at the end. We couldn't get anything out, and every shot was going in. So, it just changes quick. So,
agreed. Dave, how about you? Is there anything that's jumped out to you this season from the draft all the way up to week 10? Any shocks or surprises this season?
I guess nothing jumps out at me. I think that I was joking with Steve before we went on that the Master Vaders, it's a stacked roster, and it's when you've got some new guys to the league, it's hard to tell kind of where they stack up with the current competition and where they would be. 2.0 drafted an absolute banger. I think he took a shot at the 3 rookies. It was kind of like the thing was the rookie draft I heard after the draft, and it panned out. Between Steve, Chris, and LeDuc, 3 absolute studs, and they're out there showing out every single week. And two in net is great. I mean, he's a great goalie. I mean, he's big. He takes up a lot of space. He's sneaky good on the floor. He's sneaky good in net. He could do it all. And when you got the personnel out ahead of him on the floor, I mean, the results speak for themselves. I mean, 9-0, 120 goals for, 44 goals against, a 76 goal differential, plus 76. That's just stacked. And that's why I was joking before. I was like, this is a bit of an anomaly. Yeah, we don't see this often. Like usually, again, because we don't often have we don't in any given season you get 1, 2, 3 rookies, and they're not, it's a hard league to get into. But for the new guys that we have to all be fantastic hockey players and to all end up on the same team, I mean, that's a recipe for disaster for the other 7 teams in the league. So it's fun to watch. When I watch their games, they're surgical out there. It's incredible. But it's not often that you'll see a team like this. So we'll enjoy it and see it for what it is. And next season, they're going to be, they will not be, they're all going to be all different. And, we won't see this again for a while. So
we've been getting more and more of people telling us that. Enjoy this year. Enjoy the year.
Yeah. There was one year, it reminds me, it was a long time ago. It was the Phantoms. And I think we won the cup. In fact, I think they posted the picture on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, but I was in net, and it was Paul Paradine and Gianni, who isn't in the league anymore. But them two were both 2 first rounders that shouldn't have been on the same team. I think there was like a trade or something. It was a bit controversial. I think Enright maybe traded, and Dan Hook was commissioner at the time, and he allowed the trade. But something went down to where Paul Paradine and Gianni were on the same team. I was in that. In fact, Kaz was on the floor. We ended up going, I think we went 9-0 or 9-1. I don't know if we had a week that was canceled, but it was a 9-win regular season, and we ended up winning the whole thing. And that was one of those seasons where I was like, you won't see that again, because Gianni and Paul should never have been on the same team. I mean, Gianni had a ripper of a shot. Paul, both of them, they just dominated. They made it easy for me. And so we took it down, and it was a long. It kind of reminds me of that. But typically, the way that we do the drafts and the way that we kind of slot people, it works really well, because we, a lot of, for the most part, all the teams are fairly evenly distributed. But there, every once in a while, you'll get that season where somebody gets, you get a little stacking, and it happens, and it's cool. Well, I'm here for it. I like it. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the playoffs with the Masturbators. I heard that they're going to be down a guy, or they'll be down someone, 1 or 2 guys. I don't know, but maybe it'll be an upset. I don't know.
Oh, we're leaking some stories out here. Oh boy.
Oh, I don't know. I just heard. I don't know. I can't back it up with any sort of paperwork or documentation.
You heard it here first, everybody.
Breaking
Adam
news.
Schefter reporting.
Adam Schefter coming out. I just tweeted it, so you can follow me. No, yeah.
We'll see how much this matters for our leaders here. They show up for this.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I'm not. Stevie doesn't beat me in much, so the fact he's beat me twice
is
not
wonderful.
happy with it. So if we get in the playoffs, it's not going to happen again.
Oh man, it's going to be a gritty game. John, what about you? Is there anything this season that's jumped out to you as kind of like any big shocks or surprises from draft all the way up to week 10?
I wouldn't say big shocks. I mean, I guess I would agree with Dave. We got the 3 rookies drafted in the first 3 rounds. They're lighting it up. And the bottom of the roster is also lighting it up. 2.0 is playing well. I think it's gone, pretty predictable. I'm surprised a little bit they're undefeated for none of them being in the league. But other than that, no, I wouldn't say it's, I think it's gone the way I thought it would, could go. But I wouldn't
All right.
say that. I'm a little surprised that they're undefeated still, but other than that, you always get one bad game, no
Yeah.
matter how stacked your team is. So I'm surprised they haven't had it yet, but they're going to have it in the playoffs. So
we're just trying to dig that worm right into Steve's head here. The playoffs, the playoffs. No one cares about week 10 right now. It's
no one cares.
Playoffs.
Like I've been in the league 9 years, and at the end of the day, it comes down to the playoffs. I've had a team. I think there was one. I was 9-1. We thought for sure we were winning, and I think we played against Dave, was the goalie, and Dave played the game of his life and beat us, and boom, season's over. Just like that. And everyone thought we would win, and we didn't. And I have noticed, like, in this league, there's a different, like, the playoffs are different. Everyone brings their A game, everyone goes hard. There's just like a different feeling, different atmosphere. And it's been like that since I've joined. And that's the one thing I love about it. So, I mean, any given Wednesday, anyone can win. So,
oh yeah, I love to hear that. I'm going to stick right here with you, John. My other question that I have is our reflection on the season is, do you personally have any kind of favorite highlight of the season? Could be any of your favorite plays from the season, or something you saw someone else do, goalie or floor player?
No, I mean, when it comes to our team, I feel like me and you have been clicking, especially as of late, but I feel like we have been as a whole. I think when it comes to our team personally, our defense, when we're clicking on defense, we're dialed in. We're going to beat anybody. We're blocking shots. The goals come, like, we don't force it, kind of thing. But as time has gone on, I think that we have definitely been getting better. We've had a couple stinkers here and there, but everyone does. But no, I think our season, I think, has gone the way it should have. And, we're going to be dialed in here. So I like the way we've been building chemistry between me and you and me and the rest of the guys. And we're gonna be hungry here come playoff time. So
agreed. I just have to just bring it in here. Is I think twice so far this season you've attempted a Michigan, and I got
a few of those in the book, and I haven't accomplished it, but it is what it is.
You got close, I think, on Alex. I just waiting for it to just finally get buried here. It's coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it for 2.0 in the playoffs, though.
All right, Dave, how about you? Is there any favorite highlights of the season, either your own or maybe something you've seen a goalie or another floor player do?
I would say on a personal note, I have got more goals this season than I probably have in the last two combined. So
you've had a couple multi-point games, I feel like.
Yeah.
Have you got a Hattie this season?
No. I think
you've been dialed in, though, Dave. You've been dialed in. I've been watching.
I'm it takes a little, the floor adjusting to the floor is, I'm having done goalie the whole time, and it's definitely an adjustment. My cardio isn't where it should be, but it's capitalizing on opportunities. You get a chance, and so you can, when you put it home, it still feels good to get a goal because they're hard to come by. At least it's funny watching a lot of these guys. 5-6 goals a game. And I get one every 3 games, and I'm like, yeah. So it's it's exciting on that level, but I think it's kind of a credit to these guys to set me up and give me opportunities. They see me open. They trust me enough to send me the puck, and I'm lucky enough to score one. So that's been exciting for me, and I kind of my goal is to claw my way out of the 7th round and maybe be a 6th round pick next year. We'll see.
Oh, yeah,
we'll see
I love that. You got to set the bar somewhere, and you got to set a goal. And I feel like you're not alone with just like getting excited because every time I watch a Moose game and you score a goal, like it's not just your team or you, like this anybody that's on the stage is like stoked that you're getting
Yeah.
goals. So
I love Dave Selly every time he scores. It's well earned, well deserved.
So I'm just as surprised as everybody else. I'm like,
Even if
went
Dave's
in?
playing the 6:30 game, if Dave's playing the 6:30 game and we're 9:30 and I'm watching on the line, I'm like, oh yeah, congrats, Dave. I love it. I just love it.
oh yeah. Well, we're coming over to you, Steve. Do you personally have any highlights of your own that you enjoyed from this season, or anybody that you've seen on the floor or goalie?
I mean, 2.0's had a couple really wild saves, sprawling saves that I can remember. I mean, our teams had a bunch of really creative goals. Watching, if Steve and Chris are on a line, they got some pretty goals that are bound to happen. So I've probably gotten used to that. But no, I mean, I haven't seen Dave Selly yet, so I want to see one of those.
There was one after I heard that your dad was chirping
watching.
a little bit. Yeah, I pointed right up to the camera and I was like, hey, that's for you, baby.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing Dave now that I've heard that. And no, I mean, I can recall a bunch of goals we've had, but watching all the players, especially usually the top guy or something on someone's team, there's always pretty goals each time. So whether they're passing plays or they're just one person just beats everybody, there's great goals around. So.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, let's move into our week 10. We're going into the final week here. Obviously, as the last 2 weeks have been, we're doing our rematches from the first 3 weeks of the season, and now we're into our final rematch of the season. Going in at the 6:30 game, John Foes and I and the Limp Bizkits are taking on Good Morning Vietnam. I know I wasn't able to play this game. I was still recovering from my ankle injury. I was able to watch and stat and coach from above. And I feel like we did pretty good in the first round, the first time against Good Morning Vietnam. John, how do you feel about us going into this next game this week in the final week?
I mean, I'm always feeling good no matter who we play. I know Sweetmeat's going to talk some smack and he's going to cover me and all that, but I think, we're going to do what we need to do. It's going to be a tough night to beat Brandon, baby. I'm bringing the heat and everyone on our team's going to. So I expect a lot of us to get in the score sheet. I think we're going to win the game, and whatever we end up being, standing wise, we'll go into the next game and we're going to win that one too. We're going to be right high in the playoffs. So I'm not too concerned about it.
Hell yeah. Hopefully Brandon, if he watches this, he does not like fully paying attention, because I feel like you were just like looking into your screen when you said that. And I feel like you would be looking into Brandon's soul and just getting in his head.
There's nothing. I love looking at every goalie in this league's soul. I just, that's what I do. So.
All right. Moving on to 7:30. We've got Iron Thrones taking on the Phoenix Coyotes. Dave, actually, I'll go around the room here. I'll start with you, Dave. You got any input on this game? What are you looking at this 7:30 game?
The reintroduction of Jake Schmalley to replace Paul. We played them, I think, last week, right? And or maybe 2 weeks ago. But he filled in. I mean, he slotted in for Paul perfectly. I mean, he's a great, fantastic player. Silky hands, fast, got a motor on him, got a great shot. So I think that they're not going to really miss a beat there. And you got Mark and Net, who has historically always played, top four every year that he's been in the league. So I kind of expect a battle there. But if we're making predictions, I think the Coyotes take it down. The Iron Thrones. Well, we played Iron Thrones last week. I can't remember.
Yeah, you got Iron Thrones.
Yeah. We had Iron Thrones last week, and it must have been the week before with that. Yeah, they're just tenacious. Like Frankie obviously fantastic player. He's missed a couple of games, so I think that if he would have had a full slate, like 3 games, I think he missed. Their record would show differently if he were there. Obviously, those are hard shoes to fill. Absolute motor on him. Shelton, just that dude, every single time, so hard to play against. Another motor and a great shot. They've got the talent. And Packard's a great goalie too. Like, it's just one of those. It just feels like with the absence of Frankie, maybe they just couldn't find their stride. But we got 2 Johns.
Oh my, yeah, I don't know what happened.
I got all
I
glitched
felt,
up on me here.
Yeah, so I like to it'll be pretty. I think it's gonna be a pretty close game. I'm kind of excited to see who's gonna take it down, but if I were a betting man, I'd probably put it on the Coyotes.
Awesome. Steve, you got any input on the 7:30 Iron Thrones game?
I don't know enough about the other teams yet.
That's why I wanted to put you on the spot. I'm like, this guy doesn't know much, but let's see what
I'm not gonna lie. I know our team, and I'm starting to get to know some of the other people, but I got nothing because I apologize. I'm terrible with remembering names and stuff, so I'm not sure. I bet it's gonna be a good game because honestly, all the teams we've played.
I think we lost him for a second. He's having some technical difficulties.
Is it me or did we lose
No, it's
him
not
or
you.
me?
Yeah, it's Steven. Steve's
All right,
kind
you
of.
didn't lose me finally. Is there 2 of me still?
No, there's not 2 of you anymore. We're back to one John.
Okay.
So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we've been flowing.
Steve's having an existential crisis right now. He's like looking off.
My nieces are probably driving him crazy or something. Something's going on.
Just keeps.
Maybe it's dad duties. I don't know. Who knows?
We are flowing through it, but I'm
or maybe he's nervous about your question, so he bailed.
Yeah, it's exactly. He could have just lagged out about 30 seconds ago, but he was like, I don't know. Sorry. And just left the meeting. I'll give him a minute to see if maybe he reconnects. Just to kind of briefly talk. We didn't really dig too deep into playoff talk on this podge. It's pretty complicated. Sweet's going to do a little write-up, kind of explain everything for everybody, but there's a lot of potential things going on. Number 1's locked in. The Masturbators 9-0. We'll see if they go for the 10-0 push. We'll talk about that. We'll talk with Steve about that when he gets back in here. But the only movement really is between 2, 3, and 4. There's some movement with Limp Bizkit's Tribe Called Quest and Manitoba Moose, but possible movements there. And then the rest of it just falls between Good Morning Vietnam, Sarnia Sting, Coyotes, and Iron Thrones. They can kind of maneuver between themselves based on a bunch of wins, losses, and everything like that. If you're in the Discord, you saw Bob do a really good breakdown of kind of what's going on, who can move where. I'm not knowledgeable in that. I'm not going to get myself confused and make myself look stupid and talk about it. So that's why we're not talking about on the pod. Sweet can handle that as the wonderful commissioner. I don't have Steve here back yet, so I'm going to jump to the 9:30 game for a minute here.
I will chime in and say that game, it's Tribe Called Quest. Is going to be playing Masturbators. That they've got that's going to be a good one. That'll be one to watch. It should be the game of the week. You got Brett and Nat, right, and you've got Ferlano and Dr. K, Keller, a most improved or outplayed candidate. Jesse is consistent, like he's got a shot. He can put it in. He can find the net. Allen, fantastic defense. That's going to be a great game. That's going to be a great game.
If they play anything like they played against us, they can totally win that game. Totally. Yeah. Brett was dialed in.
Yeah.
Their whole roster was dialed in defensively. They were running hard, playing hard. I got no doubt in my mind that they could possibly win that game. So that's definitely the game of the week, no doubt.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, too, this game coming up, I remember talking about it a lot back when they first played each other. I think it was definitely the best game for the rookies to kind of acclimate to the league, to understand what intensity to play at, because at that point, I mean, they played against some good teams, but they hadn't played against the intensity of Furlano and Dr. K. So
those guys are physical. You know, when they want it, they get it. They're hungry, and you know, if it gets chippy, those guys are going to be right in the mix of it. So yeah, I got no doubt in my mind that
it'll
they
get
can
chippy.
stick in that game. So if Brett's dialed in,
I love it.
they're totally in it. They're totally in it.
I guarantee it's probably going to be a K-Flow suite referee game. It might even a third ref, possibly.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, they might need multiple refs for that game. So
maybe have Haran on there reffing as well with K-Flow and Sweet.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'd like to get Steve's input on it when he gets in here, but we'll jump to 9:30 for now. Manitoba Moose versus the Sarnia Sting. I believe, Manitoba, you took the W the first time around against Sarnia. Do you think that's kind of where it's going to go again this time? What are your thoughts on the rematch between you and Sarnia?
I expect. I think it's going to be the same result. I think we're going to come out with a dub. I've been in the league long enough to know that when you're playing against Dan Hook, you can't take anything for granted.
He's going to be back this week, from what I've heard. He's missed the last couple of weeks, so he should be back with Conco as well.
Yeah, he's So he's historically Dan, mostly in net. Like, again, obviously on the floor, you just want to take away his opportunities. You need someone to just hip to hip. Don't make it easy for him. But as a goalie, like, Dan is relentless, and he will keep shooting, and he will find space and score on you. And he's been doing it for 20 years. So you can never ever rule out a game when Dan's on the floor. Then you've got arguably one of the best defenders to play the game, and Paul. Like, Paul Friedman is incredible. Just, it's wild to watch him just get in front of everything. It would just frustrate you. So he'll probably come out. He'll try to frustrate Brad. He'll frustrate Bob. He'll frustrate Sean. Make it hard. Frustrate John. And then John and Jeremy love playing against these guys. It's kind of an OG game. And then Conco, like, in that, like, it's a very OG style game, at least for me personally. So it'll be interesting to see. Who I know we're going to be missing one or two guys. And I know, like we talked about, like, perhaps I'll throw the pads on just for fun and fill in for Steve if he's not going to be there. We haven't heard. Nothing's been confirmed. So it's definitely going to be an interesting game depending on how it shakes out, who's going to be there, who isn't. But I'm excited to play against these guys again because we've all been in the league for so long. We've got a long history, and it's always a lot of fun to play against those guys. So, but again, I'll take us.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to be a great matchup. And I mean, you were talking about Paul, and I mean, Paul's obviously definitely a great candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Always gets the most blocks. But I mean, last week, the dude I think he had like 5 blocks, but he also had like 5 goals. The dude was out of his mind last week. So
yeah, all the Fredmans are just improving game by game, season by season. So they're the family to be worried about, not the Foes family.
So I guess I don't know where Steve is. Maybe Steve had some. I don't know where Steve lives, but my Ring camera this whole podcast has been going off. People are losing power left and right. So I don't know if he might be in a situation, even though I think he was on his phone. But
it's that, or my nieces are probably just wrecking his life. I'm gonna go with maybe that, but who knows?
It's all good.
I won't blame them. No, I won't blame them. Dad duties, Yeah,
they trump over everything. So I get it. So I mean, we just talked about the Fridmans improving and kind of making their marks on the league and in the season. That kind of brings us into what's going on in this final week. It's the voting week. We are here. It's time for the voting week, and it's time for the cool announcement. Every year, when the year-end awards come out, we have the voting. You'll get an email with the cool survey, and it has everybody that's been nominated for every award that we have, and you put in your one vote for who you think should win each award and everything like that. When filling out the survey, there's usually a weird fact-finding question at the end of the survey. This season, there is not going to be a fact-finding question, but what's going to be the end-of-year question is voting for the spring theme. For the first time ever, everyone in the league has an opportunity to choose what's the theme for spring. The COJ has come up with 3 options for what the theme could be, and you guys get to vote. So do the voting this year. Vote for who you think should win MVP, Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, everything else. Put your votes in, Goalie of the Year, Matt McCarchuk. And after you put in your votes, do the last thing and vote for what you think is the theme. So,
are you?
I just want to say quick.
Can you just
Stevie's phone died, so I want to apologize to my nieces. It's not them, so it's my brother's fault.
All right, makes sense.
Are you at liberty to disclose the 3 options?
I will not disclose those options. Okay. Do the survey and find out.
You gotta go vote to find out what they are. I like
exactly.
It.
Exactly. Can I say that I know they are? I think I do know what they are.
Okay. I'll go and vote and find out.
Yeah, when you're watching this pod, you're probably going to get the email. Go out and vote. Obviously, don't forget that the voting, I believe, ends. I think you can vote all the way up until playoffs. I could be wrong, but I think the voting goes all the way up from the last week of the season all the way up until the day of playoffs. So it's all based on regular season stuff, not playoff everything. So make sure you get your vote in, take a look at that survey, participate, get some votes. But that's it. That's what we got. Got an exciting, cool wrap up of the season. This is a great throwback season. I mean, it's kind of interesting that this season's going to end on a Sarnia Sting RFHL After Dark, because I think that is the most throwback team of this season. It would have been cool if you landed on that team, Dave, just because I feel like the amount of OGs that are on that team.
That would have been something. And if that were the case, Kako and I would be obligated to pull the infamous NWA goalie floor player switch, which led to wild success
and wild controvery and making a new rule.
Indeed,
I think we tried that too. That one team I was on, K-Flow switched the net, and I think that might have been the season we were 9-1. I think I played with Kako and Baldwin, and Dave played the game of his career somehow, some way. Maybe he wanted to beat me. I know he does.
Oh, I definitely wanted to beat you. I definitely
and he did.
I
still.
Game
of your life, baby.
I still cherish that game. That one. I hold that one near and dear to my heart.
Yeah,
it felt good.
I'm sure it did. I was not happy about it. I still have nightmares about it.
Oh yeah. Well, boys, thank you guys for joining me here. We do have playoffs coming up in 2 weeks. It's going to be intense. John, you got any final thoughts before we wrap up here?
No, I would say it's another successful year. Everyone in the league is great. Everyone that contributes to the league is amazing. Thanks for your time, your effort. Yeah, that's it. I can't wait to make a playoff run, and we're gonna beat our opponent week 10 and make a run, and someone's gonna beat the Vaders, and I hope it's our team, but I don't know. I think they're going to lose week 10 too, and they're going to get on a little losing streak. I don't want to talk too much smack, but I'm also not going to, talk them up. So
lighten the fire.
They're due. So at that note, I'm done talking. I don't want to say too much more.
Awesome. Dave, you got any final words before we wrap up here?
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback on what John just said, I mean, there's a lot of people that put in a lot of work to make this league a success. Between Sweet, obviously the commissioner and the past commissioners, and John and Dan, all the I mean, we have a podcast now. I mean, that's wild. Streaming the games is wild. Like coming from the very beginning, I never would have predicted that we'd be here, and it's just it's incredible to see that the growth that this league has had and the excitement that people get. It has not missed a beat. It's only gotten better. So again, thanks to everybody, and what was it, 30 seasons, right?
Yeah.
So
30.
let's, here's the 30 more. Let's keep it going.
I talk about this league all the time. All these hockey guys, I'm just like, dude, this thing is sweet. We keep stats, we stream the games. There's so many guys that commit their time and effort. Everyone's a great person. And it's awesome. And Dave was talking me into years to getting into it, and I was like, and I finally did. I'm glad I did. I love it. I love it. It's an awesome time. I met some awesome people, and I want to keep doing it as long as my body will let me. So
is it Wednesday yet?
Is it Wednesday, baby?